Hey guys, welcome to Tales of a Blonde and Brunette. I'm Cassidy.
And I'm Abby. So, to get started this week, we thought we'd give you a little background about ourselves. So, I'm 16 years old and I'm from Ohio, and I enjoy singing and performing, and I'm also in my school's flag corps.
Yeah, I'm Cassidy. I'm 15. I'll be 16 soon. I'm also from Ohio. I also do flag. Um, yeah.
So, our podcast is a little bit about everything, especially our lives, our teenage experience growing up, our advice for other teenagers, some celebrity news, and our current favorite things.
So, um, this week we're gonna be talking about stuff we've been doing during quarantine, but we're gonna try to release new podcast episodes every Friday.
So, stay tuned for different topics each week. So, to get started with our quarantine favorites, we thought we'd talk about our favorite TV shows right now.
Yeah, so obviously during the quarantine, we have a lot of nothing to do. So I've been watching a lot of TV, especially stuff on Netflix. So obviously, I've been watching Outer Banks, but who hasn't been watching Outer Banks, right?
Exactly. It's definitely in the top 10 of the US on Netflix right now.
And of course, I'm like Team JJ all the way.
And I'm Team John B.
um, I've been watching a lot of other stuff. I've been watching Criminal Minds, which I've watched full through all of the seasons like 4 times now. So I'm watching it for the fifth time because why not? I also watched
Exactly.
Never Have I Ever on Netflix. So
So
good.
good. It was like a perfect simple show. Like they made it in a great way and they did really well on just explaining what the teenage experience really means to different types of people.
I agree. It was just like really relatable in
Yeah,
weird ways.
exactly.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how in Outer Banks and Never Have I Ever, the lead attractive man is always over 25 years old.
It's like so weird because they don't look that way.
Exactly. I don't know how much hair and makeup they do to make them look younger, but it's crazy.
It really is. And it's like once you find out, you're like really taken aback. You're like, wait, what? There's no way.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been watching tons of YouTube interviews with the cast of Outer Banks, and all of them
Yeah.
have been talking about like the ships for next season and how Netflix has mentioned almost doing a third season already. So
It's
apparently the show
insane.
is growing.
Well, everybody like there was so much hype around it. Like everybody really loved it. So I see why, obviously. Of course.
Yeah. Another show I've been recently obsessed with is Riverdale, specifically the fourth season.
Yeah, I mean, once like the first season was really good. Like you got to give it to him. Then it was like second season you get disinterested. You're like, I don't really know what's happening here. Third season was a whole mess. And I haven't watched the fourth
Yeah.
season yet, but I
Yeah, the
hope it's
third
better.
season was I don't even know what they were thinking when they wrote the scripts for that.
It was just all around bad. Like I don't even remember what season like the part where like Archie's talking to like the serpent and he's talking about how he dropped out of school in like 4th grade or something. And then Archie's like, "You didn't know the highs and lows of high school football." Like that's the most cringy lyric I not lyric, like line I've ever heard.
Yeah. It
And
was
I
just
don't
it
even
it
know.
was such a stretch. Like the first two seasons were already pretty out there for being relatable for teenagers, but
Yeah.
then the third season with the harvesting of organs and stuff just seemed a little bit too much for me.
It was really out there.
Yeah. This fourth season, though, I've told all my friends is definitely my favorite. And I just can't get over the fact that I couldn't figure out the mystery myself. Like, I'm still upset about it.
Well, I mean, like good that you couldn't figure it out
Yeah,
because then it's like a twist, but
exactly. Yeah.
little disappointing.
Yeah. You've also been watching New Girl, right?
Oh yeah, so I was like just looking for something new to watch on Netflix because I feel like I've seen everything, even though I definitely haven't. but I've started watching it and it's really good, and like I was surprised because I started to watch it like a while ago and I got bored. But this time I just like kept watching and it got really good. And I don't know, I really like it. It's good.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too. I think I watched like half, like the first season and half of the second season, and then I
Yeah.
think I just kind of gave up.
Yeah. It does, like I'm on season 6 and there's 7 seasons. So I'd say it definitely gets a little slow in the middle and then like something happens to one of the main characters and it like picks back up. So it's good.
One of my other favorites that Cassidy actually hasn't watched yet is Too Hot to Handle.
Okay, so like I watched the first 2 episodes and then I saw everything on like Instagram and TikTok about how bad it was. And then I just looked up the winners and like not winners, but like what happened at the end and I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, okay."
I
Yeah.
didn't think I'd like it because I tried to watch The Circle on Netflix and I didn't like The Circle, so I was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to like a reality Netflix show."
I really liked The Circle for some reason. But I
I
don't.
never really finished it. I got like 3 or 4 episodes in and then I gave up.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends like before whole quarantine started and we had both been watching it and he was saying how like he was bringing up random characters and then there's this one character who has like this little stuffed, I think it's like Wonder Woman. He has like a stuffed Wonder Woman and he's my favorite character. He's like a real person who just carries this thing around and he's my favorite person. He's so funny.
I think the idea of the show is really interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I don't think I would have won.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm not likable enough
Yeah.
for even like to catfish people. They'd be like, "Who is this?" Like, no, get
Yeah.
out. That would be
Yeah.
the issue.
The thing with Too Hot to Handle is I found it to be more of a comedy than like Love Island per se.
Yeah, I love Love Island.
Yeah, same. So I think
Like,
I
yeah,
had like really high expectations for it. And then once I started watching it, I was like, these people are crazy. Like, I just need to finish it so I can see where everyone ends up.
yeah. And the fact that that one guy who I think ends up leaving the show anyway, his name
Hmm.
Matthew, he
I
was
think
on
so.
America's Next Top Model. And when I saw him, I was like, "Where do I know him from?" And then I was like, "Oh, I didn't like him on America's Next Top Model either.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't wait for him to go home. So when I found out that he left the show, I was like, "That's fine.
I'm
that's
pretty
fine."
sure he was the guy who, like, towards the last few episodes, they do the interviews just like Love Island and stuff.
Yeah,
And he was like, yeah, these people don't deserve this money, blah, blah, blah. And then they kicked him out.
that's like so sad for him though.
I know.
Kind of funny.
I thought it was a little unfair. Like, Harry and Francesca ended up losing the most money out of all the couples in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
But then they gave them an opportunity to gain all that money back, which I thought was unfair.
yeah. I feel like just like the beginning, I'm surprised that they even ended up together. Like
Same.
very
And now they're
surprised.
engaged.
Like if I was her, there's no way. Like
That's what
he
I was thinking
completely
too. Like,
like
he looks
threw
like
her
he's
under the bus.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the beginning he was like, "Yeah, it was totally her idea to kiss." Like
Yeah.
I was like, "No way."
Yeah,
Like it was
exactly.
all your idea, dude.
He doesn't seem like a nice person. But she
No.
also seemed really mean. So, like, maybe they go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz then she lost the money when that girl was like, "Let's just kiss
Yeah.
and we'll just lose money for the team."
Yeah, no one will ever think it's us. And then the
Yeah,
guy who looks like Jesus figured it out.
immediately. He was
Yeah,
like, "It was
exactly.
you two." And they were like,
No
"No."
way. Yeah.
And then the robot lady was like, "It was definitely them."
The
Like,
robot
yeah.
lady.
I don't remember her name.
I think
Lana.
it's
It was
Lana.
Lana, yes.
Lana, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so for movies, what have you been watching recently?
So on Disney Plus, they have like the full Cars, like all 3 movies. And so one night I like started watching the first one because I was like, man, I really love this movie. Out of nowhere, I was like, man, Cars is such a good movie. So I just sat down and watched all 3 of them. Like, I don't know why. I just watched all 3 movies.
See, I always tell you, like, this is the fifth time I've told you that I've only ever seen the first one.
I know, and I don't understand. Like the first one's obviously the best one. Like you can't
Yeah,
argue. It's definitely the best one. But the second one's kind of weird. It's like not bad, but not great. But I love Mater. So like he really
he's
had
so
his
sweet.
storyline in that movie. So I was like, "Yes, go Mater. Love you." But then the third one is just like kind of random, but the ending's really good. I really like the ending of the third one.
The thing I love about Disney Plus is for all the DCOMs, like the Disney Channel original movies,
Yeah.
they have all the deleted scenes, all the extra scenes in
Yes.
the movies on Disney Plus, which makes it so much more entertaining.
Especially High School Musical too.
Exactly. And I
Like,
think in the
yeah.
third one, there was like an extra scene with Taylor that I had never seen before until the other night.
Really?
And I was like, why didn't they just put this in?
Yeah, I don't understand what they think they're gaining from like taking parts out of these movies.
Yeah.
Like people want to see those parts. Those are the best parts of the movies.
Especially if it's a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What else have I been watching on Disney Plus?
I've watched Hannah Montana like just continuously. Like I think I've
That
watched it
that's fair.
twice
It's
by
like
now.
background music.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Did you watch either of the Disney sing-alongs?
I did watch the first one cuz like the day after they like performed it, they put it on Disney Plus and I was like, "Oh, I should watch it." I want to watch the second one, but I just
I
haven't had time.
preferred the first one, honestly, because of course the first is always going to be the best.
Yeah. I really
But
liked
Halsey did perform in the second
See, that's
one.
why I want to watch it. I
Yeah.
love Halsey.
And she looked amazing. Like she looked exactly like Ariel. It was crazy.
I know, I saw it on her Instagram.
Yeah.
I love Halsey.
I love her new album. I've been obsessed with it for how many months? Like
A few, quite a
yeah,
few.
I
Yeah.
can't stop listening to it. I
But
think
I
it's
can't
amazing.
disagree. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, she's so talented.
She really
So,
is.
what else have you been doing during quarantine?
I've been baking a lot, basically because my brother and my cousin are like, Cassidy, can you make cookies? And then I'll make them cookies because I have nothing better to do. So I've been doing a lot of that and cooking. I made potato soup the other day, which is really random, but it was really
Potato soup
good.
is the best.
It really is. It's
Yeah,
definitely the best soup.
exactly. I've been making tons of like chicken dishes, which is
Oh,
new for me because I'm not normally into the whole trying to cook meat thing.
yeah.
But I've been trying and I think they're turning out pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't already know this about Abby, she says she's a vegetarian, but then will regularly eat chicken.
Yeah.
And anytime she comes over to my house, she'll have like a hamburger.
Yeah.
So, which is probably my fault because she really didn't do that before she met me. So, definitely my fault,
I
but it's
just feel
fine.
bad for all like the vegans and vegetarians who are like really die hard about it and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, I'm a vegetarian." Like, sorry, I
Yeah.
don't mean to offend anyone, but like I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I think I tried to be a vegetarian for like a day and then forgot and just completely failed. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I forgot I was supposed to be doing that." And then
It's so much harder than you think it would be.
yeah, because the most of the food I eat is like chicken and like
That's what I mean.
yeah. It's
Chicken is such like a family dish. Like we have
it
chicken
really
like
is.
twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like chicken and pasta.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes tacos.
Yeah, tacos are like a staple. What is this
Yeah.
rant we're going on right now?
I'm just obsessed with food right now.
That's fair. When you have nothing else to do, eating is really like
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
And school has been quite a breeze for both of us, I think.
Yeah, the only thing I'm having like actual work that I have to do is AP US history. So,
Yeah, which I'm not in.
yeah.
Yeah. So, wait, tell them about the book that you're reading because it sounds so entertaining.
Oh, okay. So I'm reading this book called American Royals, and basically it's still America, but if we were a monarchy instead of like a democracy. But it's not like historical really. It's more like modern. So like I'm saying like a lot. Wow. The main character is going to be the first female monarch, but everybody is telling her that she needs to marry somebody, so she has like a man next to her. And the book it has like no male perspectives. It's like all the female perspectives. So it's like the princess who's the sister of the about to be monarch, and then it's like this random woman who's in love with the brother, and then it's the brother's girlfriend. But it's really interesting. So if you want to read it, it's called American Royals. It's very good. I highly
It
recommend it.
sounds super good.
Yeah.
I was telling you that the only book that I've read during this whole time is Call Me By Your Name.
But it's like the movie is so good.
Exactly. So I'm still biased and I prefer the movie.
Yeah. But and it's so weird because I would never like a movie like that.
Yeah.
And I'd honestly never heard of Timothy Chalamet before watching that movie. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, wow." And then I watched the movie and I was like, "Oh,
It's
wow."
also so funny to me because the movie came out, I think, almost 2 years ago
Yeah, I think
now.
it was like 2016, 2017.
And now, like, just now, TikTok has picked it up and it's, like,
Yeah.
becoming a big trend.
Yeah, and I don't know where, like, the obsession with Timothy Chalamet came from, but, like,
Yeah.
I'm not upset with it, but, like,
I do
it
find
came out
it
of
funny,
nowhere.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came out of nowhere.
People are
Yeah,
starting to like those skinny French boys now.
yeah. I also watched last night I watched, Mirror Mirror on Netflix.
Such a good
I
movie.
never realized like, I've seen it before, and I never
Oh, that Army
realized that that
Hammer's
was
in it?
Armie Hammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" I didn't
That
realize he was
movie
in
was,
this.
like, my childhood. I used to
It's such a
love
good
watching
movie.
that. It used to be, like, way creepier, though. Do you
Yeah.
remember how like, I used to
I was
genuinely get
scared.
scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure,
Especially,
like,
like, the puppet scene.
yeah, that was so and I watched it
So
last night and I was like,
creepy.
"Why did I always think this was, like, a creepy movie?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"It's great, don't get me wrong." And I forgot, like, all of the people that were in it. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that those were the people that were in the movie, and I was like, "Wow, how did I
They
just,
had,
like,
like,
miss
a
out on
high
that?"
budget.
They did, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, like, a big movie, I don't think, for, like,
Exactly,
when it
yeah.
came out. Yeah. It was good, though.
So, I've also been going on tons of quarantine social distancing walks recently.
Yes, my mom is all about taking walks and getting outside and exercising. But like
Yeah.
before quarantine, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. That's how
Yeah.
I feel too. Like, I'll walk outside and my whole neighborhood is outside, either, like,
Yeah.
in their backyard or walking their dog.
Yeah. It's like I don't I feel like being stuck inside, people are realizing how much they don't go outside. So you're like, you know
Yeah.
what, this is the time to make up for it when you're supposed to stay inside.
Yeah,
They're like, you know what, we're
exactly.
supposed to stay inside, but let's get that exercise.
Yeah. I've also been trying to, like, get healthy and get on that summer grind, because I've been
Yeah.
obsessed with the beach and all I wanna do is go swimming and just have, like, a fun summer, but apparently the sun
Yeah.
just isn't coming out this year.
Yeah, I really like I couldn't wait to go to the beach cuz like last year we started going on like this week-long vacation and now it's like okay, we were trying to do like an annual thing, but never
Yeah.
mind because now we can't do it. But
We'll
it's
have,
kind of
like,
sad.
3 out of 4 years.
Yeah, it's okay. Ugh, I really
I
just want
know.
it to be warm outside.
Exactly, and the rain needs to stop. I mean, I guess it is
Yeah,
still spring,
that's true.
but it's too much for me.
It's time for summer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in this week. We hope that
Yeah.
you give us a like and subscribe.
And definitely come back for our next one, please.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You send us DMs or messages about what other topics you guys might want to hear about.
And our ats should be on the screen. So
Yeah.
take a look at our, social medias.
All right, guys. See you next week.